There we are. We're officially live. How's it going, Brian? How you doing tonight?
Doing good, Mark. How about yourself?
Doing good. So it's been a little bit since we've talked about MasterTech Expo, and we wanted to hop on tonight and give you guys some of the latest news about the show. A number of new things to announce that are new for 2024. The show's coming up quick, so we want to fill you guys in. We've got a lot of excited stuff planned in this episode.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty action-packed next year, and I think it's always fun to talk about what's going on and give you guys some insight on what's happening for next year.
Yeah, for sure. So, first off, before we start, I think we should let everyone know that towards the end of this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of a special offer for the guys that are going to hopefully be signing up to come to the expo tonight. So, stay tuned in for that later. But in the meantime, let's hop right on into it, Brian.
All right, yeah, next year is coming quick. March 3rd through the 6th. And we're super excited for that. So yeah, I don't know if my internet's just lagging a bit tonight, so we're gonna try to hopefully work through that.
Yeah, you cut out for a second there, but yeah, let's. So I didn't really catch what you said. But
I did, I was saying this is our year 3. We're super excited about 2024. It's coming really quick, March 3rd through the 6th, and yeah, a lot of guys have been before, and we want to see a lot of new faces as well.
Right, for sure. So we've got about 4 months to go. I know one of the slides in here is, these are some of the stats from last year that we just wanted to go through. And one of them, I believe it was about a 50-50 split from people that went the first year, which was in 2021, right? And then new people that joined in 2022. So it'll be interesting to see, how that kind of divides out this coming up year. But tell us what we've got here on this slide.
Yeah, so this is a great mix of lots of people from the automotive aftermarket industry coming. And we always like to stress that everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter your skill set. You don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to be a ninja level. You could, just be a hobbyist even and attend the show. It's really about education, and there's a class and a skill level for everybody there. So just know that it's like I said, we do get a lot of guys that, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. You're ready now. Come, enjoy it. We have all kinds of different skill levels for you.
Yeah, for sure. That's a question I get quite often. Can DIY guys come, and is it only for the industry? And like you said, everyone's welcome, and it's really cool. Just the networking aspect of having so many different skill sets and levels of knowledge, combined together in the same room. And honestly, it's surprising a lot of times guys that are even newer to the industry or newer to this hobby, if you will, some of the insight that they can bring, especially when it's people that are from other industries and they kind of bring that knowledge and skill set and apply it here. So networking aspect wise, always a good time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think that kind of parlays into this slide on their experience. Some of the biggest compliments I've gotten from the show from attendees is the networking aspect, is being able to rub shoulders with some of the best and other guys that have the same challenges, and just trading stories and conversing and just having a good time. We all kind of do the same thing, and it's great to and refreshing to go to a place where everybody's kind of has the same mindset, and that's what the whole expo experience is about.
For sure. So hey, 8.5 out of 10 was the rating from last year. You guys sent out a little survey after the event, so I think there's always room to improve. And I know you've really been focused on a lot of exciting new things that I'm sure we'll be talking about. There's that slide there. The split between second year attendees and their first time coming. So
Yeah, and we
Hey,
we anticipate more growth and lots of new faces in year three.
definitely. So these are the three education tracks that were offered last year. And is this the percentage of people that attended each one?
It is,
Yeah.
and this is real data that we sent out, and we took this data and we had kind of a different mix of classes where you had three main tracks and then you had electives. And then for 2024, we'll explain here in just a second all of the new tracks that make more sense, but it kind of gives you a popularity of school fab versus some of the other modern tech and even master design on what people are wanting and asking for. And this will kind of trend into 2024 as well.
Right. Will this be similar to last year then, where once a track fills up, you will no longer be able to sign up for it?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And there will be some, more popular tracks than others. So we definitely encourage you to register on the classes that you want sooner than later. Don't wait because they do fill and they are limited by the size of the room.
Right. Makes sense. So yeah. So is that the case? The business track wasn't part of it last year. I don't recall because I know it was the first year, and it's all a blur in my mind now at this point. What was first year and what was second year? So it,
Yeah. So we had so much of the owners, sales guys even wanting to be a part of the show and wanting that high level education. So 31% said we would love to have a whole process of marketing, sales process, profit, in all this kind of leadership style as an option for the show. So we're bringing this back bigger than ever with the best presenters possibly you could pick on the planet. So it's going to be fantastic.
awesome. Yeah. That excuse me. That's another thing. A question I get often is, especially for guys that are newer in the industry, is how do I really make this like a full-time job, a full-time gig? How can I be my own boss, run my own business? So it's awesome that this is going to be an opportunity for people as well.
Right. This slide right here did kind of reflect some of the elective classes. We've parlayed this right into full-blown tracks with 4 sessions of each one, and you'll see that as we kind of go through the slide deck here. But this is last year's kind of version of it, and then I'll show you, and we can have a discussion about all the new stuff, which is really really exciting.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll be getting into this in much more detail later in the presentation here.
Yeah, so the instructors, Mark, and these guys as well as I do, we have some of the best talent out there. And I think that's really important because I want to learn from the very best, the top tier. I want to learn from guys that have a lot of experience, who've made a lot of mistakes, and they're willing to share all that information, the good and the bad. What not to do is just as important. And really have a solid lesson plan on what the content they're going to cover, and then some of the high takeaway things that you can learn from each session.
Yeah. You sent me the presenter list, and I know we don't want to reveal it too much quite yet, but I definitely see some exciting names on there that haven't been presenters in the past. Some people I've definitely wanted to pick their brains, so you've definitely got an all-star lineup, and then of course we have some repeat presenters from the previous years as well. So
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh boy, the build off, Mark. This is your favorite. This is in your wheelhouse here. Tell us how you.
yeah, you cut out there, but no problem. So if you guys aren't familiar with the build off, basically what goes down is there's a big stage. I think there's some pictures that are a little bit better here later in the presentation, but there's a big stage in the main exhibition hall, if you will, and you basically have two teams of three guys going head to head. over the course of 4 hours, and they're tasked with building a project. So last year, the project was kind of like an amplifier rack beauty panel that you would have like in the trunk of a vehicle. And the teams are allowed, of course, to prepare, come up, with a plan of attack before the event, but they have to actually build and execute on that plan live in front of everyone over that 4 hour period. So it's pretty fun. We kind of do it like a reality TV cooking show where there's like a timer in the background, and it really it always comes down to those last 10 minutes where things start getting crazy and put together really quickly. And I try to kind of announce the whole event, if you will, kind of give everyone a play-by-play on what's going on. And I always talk about the media team always does such an awesome job. There's cameras that are recording everything and displaying what's occurring up on the stage, up on these huge projection TVs. So even though the stage is right there in front of you and you can see everything, you can even get an even closer look by looking at those camera angles. And it's always super cool to watch. I always have a good time, talking about everything up there. And yeah, I mean, Bryan, what's the next step for picking the teams this year?
So that is going to happen actually in the next week or so. Dean and Fernando are going to announce kind of the teams on both sides of the fences, on the clean
Cool.
wire and the build off. So that'll be kind of rolled out next week. But to add to what you just said, it is a ton of fun, a lot of excitement. I loved how we had the clock timer up there, and it was just a countdown. It was like New Year's almost, and everybody's screaming at 5, 4,
Yeah.
3, and then we get down to the wire and pencils down. So you could just see the crowd building and the anticipation for that intensity. And I give these guys full credit, because that is not easy to do, to execute at that high of a level in 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Every one of them will tell you, oh yeah, that's a lot of time. And then afterwards, everybody will say the same thing. It happens in a blink of an eye. It happens so fast. So
Yeah.
it's just cool. The excitement, the energy that it builds on the show floor is second to none.
Yeah, the other thing I really like about it is, the guys are, of course, always looking to bring their A game and win the competition. So you usually see, like, I'd say pretty much in every project panel we've seen, there'd be 8 total now because there's 4 teams each year. We've seen, like, a really unique, like, technique that we haven't necessarily seen before, implemented like live on stage and put together, things like some like raw wood material usage. But another one that like stands out from last year is like that geographic pattern they did where they like laser cut all those tiny little pieces, and it,
Right.
yeah. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind that you remember from?
Oh yeah, I mean some of the themed thing, like the themed, it was Robert Fosgate.
Yeah.
They had the Jim Fosgate tribute, the amplifiers that were custom. I mean, just the level of detail was really phenomenal, and they study it for months and months ahead of time.
Yeah. A lot of unique lighting techniques too.
Yep.
So just the fact that you get to watch, obviously these guys are under a lot of stress doing this in a quick time period, but you're also seeing some like really cool techniques live in person. So
Yep.
it's cool. It's fun. So, hey, you mentioned also the Clean Wire Challenge. So that's like the other competition that's going on. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the build off is inside on the huge stage, and it's a 70-foot stage, huge LED screens. The clean wire is outside. So we have both, half the show is inside, half of it's outside, to kind of paint the picture if you haven't been there before. And this is same thing, live discussion on what's happening. And you got 4 teams each day, and they get a couple amplifiers, they get a distribution block, maybe a signal processor. They have to get each the product by just pulling names out of a hat basically, and same amount of time frame, but they've got to come up with some pretty ingenious ways to wire. And Mark, I don't know about you, but I saw some things on wiring that I have never seen before, so it was phenomenal.
Yeah, really kind of the same thing as the build-off. You see these unique techniques that really you haven't seen anywhere else before. And again, to like watch those guys out there live putting that stuff together, you're definitely going to learn a thing or two. And the other thing, you didn't really say it explicitly, but the people that can compete in this competition, they get to keep their like all the gear in their rack that they make, correct?
They do. They
Yeah.
get a ton of free swag that kind of goes with being on stage. You have to perform, but you get to perform, but you also get to keep the gear, and it's usually thousands of dollars worth of stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and I just think that again, the energy. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's hard to explain, but it's electric. Literally, it's a lot of fun, and the
I see what
guys
you
are,
did there.
yeah, it is a fantastic time.
Awesome. All right. So attendees found exhibitor mix helpful. There's definitely a wide variety of different exhibitors here. It's not just car audio companies. Tell us about, some of the other companies we can expect there, along with the car audio companies as well.
Yeah, so the car audio guys and manufacturers are definitely our core, our friends, and that is the heart of what we've done is build this over the years. But as we've progressed, so is the technology, and the technology is pretty amazing. We have a kind of a vendor for each section in laser cutting and CNC cutting, big rep for 3D printing and Peel 3D for scanning and sewing machines and on, even tint now. So I think that technology mix blended with the other stuff, it just lends to anything that you want to customize on the interior of a vehicle or even exterior. There's a solution at the show for it, and the vendors really put their best foot forward for the show. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, what's unique about this show is you kind of task the exhibitors, the vendors, with bringing something unique from like a teaching standpoint, like a way that they can like portray how their product is used, and a lot of that comes through in the training events that they do as part of this event as well. So I always find that unique and different. So, and it's great to have all those technology partners for all these different technologies that we are now involving in this custom craft.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's great. They definitely bring their A game.
Yeah. All right. So attendees rated the quality of catered meals. So we talk about this all the time when we talk about the expo. But one of the best things about this event is you can get food right there at the venue. You don't have to go off campus and search out food. It's right there, ready to go. And I mean, this is intentional, Brian. Like, this is part of your vision ever since the beginning, is you want people to be there, ready to go, like able to focus on what's important, and that's learning at this event.
You're exactly right, Mark. This is by by design. We wanted you guys to have food and just kind of take that off the table of the expense of it, and then the time where you have to leave campus and go somewhere and come back. We want to eliminate all that. That's why it is a paid event. But if you factor in a normal trade show, it's almost the same money, literally, if you span that over 4 days, because that's what we're doing is we're feeding you for 4 days. You get a continental breakfast, you get a beautiful lunch, and then barbecue or tacos at night out on the plaza. It's a great time. It's a perfect time to network as well.
Mm-hmm.
But who doesn't like good food, and go learn it, educate yourself. And that's why the meals are a part of it. So it is a part of the show, and it makes a big difference. So you maximize that time, and we love to have great food for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. That can't be stated enough. The networking aspect of, being around everyone when you're eating. Like, some of my fondest memories from last year are literally just sitting outside underneath the what's the like architectural
The
structure?
plaza.
They just called the plaza. So
Yeah.
like sitting underneath that and just talking to some of the guys and laughing and having a good time, and
Yeah.
it's just the best. So
Yeah.
definitely
Who doesn't
appreciate
like a
that.
dozen tacos each?
Yeah, yeah, and they're good. They're good tacos too.
I know.
The vendors you get are awesome. The food vendors. All right.
I love this. I love this slide. This is real data that we pulled 93% of people who attended year 1 and 2 said they would come back because they thought the value proposition was so high. And actually, I've had so many people, even at the SEMA show, said, hey, if I had to choose a show, this is the one that makes the most sense for me because I get the most out of it. It has the most value for me. So that's what we want right there. And when I hear that, that makes me feel like we've done our job, Mark, and we created that high value proposition because we truly want you to be better than you were when you came in. You learned something, you network, you gain new knowledge, and you could take that back and make money or better your craft.
For sure. We're looking forward to seeing these all these people. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So, and that brings us into the exciting news. So, what all is new for 2024? Only like a bunch of stuff.
Just a few things.
Just a few things.
So every year we're going to have a new style of concert, and what better way to kick off the show, Mark, is to have a huge networking party the first night. Instead of waiting to the end, let's just do it on the first night. Get everybody immersed, get everybody talking, kind of break the ice. So we have a new concert venue. It's inside. Imagine a big ice sculpture, an 80s band, cool bars everywhere, and nice food. It will be super cool. I'll explain a little bit more about that as we get into this, the next few slides.
Is it located on the same campus as everything
It
else too?
is. It's
Good,
actually
cool.
connected to the hotel, so it's even closer. So it's
Oh, nice.
right there. It's all connected
Perfect.
in one central spot.
Great.
More workshops. We have nine choices to choose from. More instructors. I counted today over 40 instructors. Can you believe that? That's
Yeah.
a lot of talent. Giving up their knowledge, their tricks, their nuggets to share with everybody. So 40 plus people just on the instructor side. So a lot of fun there. We added pre-classes. So on Sunday, there's actually pre-classes to get you ready for the main classes. We have more vendors than ever. Actually, I have a waiting list of people that want to exhibit that can't because we just don't have enough space for them. And the skills competition, the build off, the wire challenge, even a light challenge is all growing, and new things with that.
Cool.
We have the hotel, I will say, is probably sold out by now. That's not great news, but we also have 6 other partnering hotels, and we'll have those up on the website shortly. They're very close to the venue, but we've already sold it out, and that's pretty amazing. 5 months out to sell out the hotel. So
Yeah, I mean the good thing about this event is like even if you did have to stay at a hotel off campus, you're usually just making one trip to campus and then one trip back at night. It's not like you're needing to go back and forth because of the whole food thing that we were talking about. So
100%.
and the
Yeah.
whole day is packed with stuff to do anyway, so there's really no like downtime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you just sleep in there.
yeah.
You're sleeping there, and that's it. And it's all very close. That's why we don't want you to leave, because we take care of you the whole time you're there. With the meals and stuff. There are going to be a handful of special guests that I cannot say just yet, and
Well,
some new awards.
we'll have to talk about some of the special guests on future episodes of
Yeah.
of this. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys tune into those future ones as well. So yeah, you brought up that you're adding some new Sunday trainings, and I was curious how that kind of fit in with the welcome registration or reception, if you will. So tell us a little bit about the breakdown here on the
Yeah,
timeline.
here's a quick timeline. Sunday, you see, registration kind of opens up, and our move-in is in the morning. There's 2 days for the vendors to set up, actually a Saturday and a Sunday. Attendees are welcome on Sunday, and that's when it starts. So we'll have a couple new product launches from some manufacturers, and then you get into our Essential Tech program, where you'll have an early afternoon and a later afternoon time slot. Anyone can join as long as you're signed up for classes, and you get to pick and choose between 6 different classes within that, and we'll share those with
cool.
you as well.
Nice.
Sunday evening is the party. Don't miss that party. So if you come in late on Sunday, no worries. Just come right to the party. If you come in earlier, catch 1 or 2 of the Sunday classes. We're happy to have you there. Monday is your big day. That's your training day. You get those purple slots Starts at 8 o'clock. You get 1, 2, and 3 sessions in the morning before lunch. Each one is an hour and 15 minutes. You go right to lunch, have food, go on the exhibit floor, the build-off starts, the clean wire challenge starts. That's about 3.5 hours, and then you go back to class at 4:30, one last session, and then dinner. And then don't forget those manufacturer night school classes. This is so important. These guys, Mark, are bringing their A game. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, the manufacturers are flying in engineers from Germany. They're ripping a Jeep apart. A lot of the training rooms actually have vehicles in the rooms now. So that's new for this year. And they're ripping cars apart, ripping motorcycles apart live. So we'll have cameras in there. It'll be an amazing experience for a lot of people. Anyone is welcome to go to the manufacturer training. You have to have a guest pass for this, but you don't have to be tied to one manufacturer. If you're a Rockford or a JL or whatever dealer, you can go to any class you want. You don't have to be a dealer for anyone. All manufacturers say that you're welcome to any class. It's not specific to any one manufacturer. So just know that I actually have had a lot of people ask me about that, or I didn't know I could go to the Electromedia or the Kenwood
Oh
class
yeah,
or
that's a good point.
whoever's.
I could see people thinking that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to go to whoever's class, Sony's class, please go. They're
And,
happy to have you.
and
And
obviously, even if you're not in the industry, if you're a DIYer or a high level enthusiast, obviously you're also welcome to these classes as well.
that's correct, 100%. You're welcome to attend any of the manufacturer trainings, and they are legitimate. Some have food and even drinks. Some have just super high level stuff, and it is not a literature training that you normally see at a Holiday Inn. It is the engineer. It is the speaker ripped apart in front of you. It is super high level, and we encourage our manufacturers to bring their A game to the show. So that's exciting.
And they do.
Yeah,
They've definitely done a killer job the last 2 years.
100%.
All
So
right.
so on Tuesdays a little bit different, same format. That's why you have a day 1 and a day 2. The only thing different is that 4:30 to 5:45 time slot. That is special because that is Chip Foose. He's our keynote. He's coming back, and he's going to do something he's never ever done before, Mark. He is actually going to teach a class, if you can believe that. So this will be a one-time deal ever. He will never do this again. And I'm super excited. We flew to California just to meet with him on this. He's going to do a drawing and ideation class. Everybody's welcome to this as well. And in the class, you'll get a little drawing palette so you can draw along with him. It'll be a silhouette of something that he's drawing, and he'll teach you how to draw in 2D and two-point perspective and some ideation and some other cool things with this as well. So don't miss the Chip Foose experience. It will be phenomenal.
That's so cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you go back to manufacturer classes that evening, and I think that night is barbecue. First night's probably tacos. Last day of the show, you've got one more training session in the morning. You have the opportunity to hit some final manufacturer trainings. We'll have lunch, and then our award ceremony will be amazing. So a lot of fun, and you can get out of there around 3 on Wednesday. Don't miss out on that last day. There's some really cool stuff planned for Wednesday.
Awesome. So yeah, award ceremony. So that's new this year. This has never been done at the expo before. So tell us about some of the categories you've got going here.
Yeah, so there's 2 facets to this. And these are very different. It's best sounding vehicle at the show by the manufacturers. This is people's choice, guys. So we do have an app for the show. You'll be able to vote live through the app, people's choice, and sit in everybody's demo vehicle at the show, all the manufacturers, and you can vote on which one you like the best. The other 2 are the second one would be best booth experience. So some of the booth experiences, I've heard some rumblings of some of the things they're doing, pretty crazy. So the booth experience will be a voting opportunity as well. And then the last one, I know a few of the guys, Ken Ward and Larry Penn and the JL guy. I mean, these guys are going to pull out all the stops for their vendor training, leave from Wet Sound. They are going nuts. and I think you're going to want to go to these classes just for this competition right here, because they're just as competitive as we are, and they want to win that big award. So
Yeah.
that'll be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Do you know? So like going back a slide here. So do you know? Are the manufacturers are they going to do the same training twice, like on Monday and Tuesday? That way you get a chance to like not miss a certain one, or
Okay, so repeat the question. There's a little bit of a lag there.
oh, sorry. The manufacturers like night school. It's on Monday and Tuesday. Are they going to repeat the classes so that you know what I mean? So that you don't necessarily miss one if
I think some
okay
might repeat the class, and then some might have different classes for different
okay
product lines. So, for example, like Hertz and Audison, they might have one night for Hertz, one night for Audison, for example, or
okay.
something like that. So, to answer the question, it's both. Some will repeat, some will have different product mixes.
I'm sure that's something that there'll be more like information available on as we get closer to the show.
Yeah, yes, we'll absolutely update and give you a schedule of the manufacturer training times.
Okay, cool. All right, more Sunday evening awards.
Yes. So this will be on Sunday evening. The last ones were actually on the last day on Wednesday. This is Sunday, kind of
Oh,
midway through
sorry.
the night. We're gonna have a top fabricator award, a top it's a top audio tuner, and this might even be a lighting tune, like a top lighting builder award.
Cool.
Clean wire, a future tech, and then a lifetime achievement award. 5 different categories there. We're super excited for this, and there is voting on the website right now. So if you want to submit your name or nominate somebody, please send that in. And again, this will be kind of Dean and Fernando. They're going to help with the award part of this, and they'll be pushing a lot of this as we get closer to the show.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Okay, so this will be during Sunday evening. So this is at the welcome event.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
that's right.
All right. So for the guys that haven't been here in the past, let's talk a little bit about this floor plan, if you will, and the exhibitor mix between inside outside and the different
Yeah,
categories.
it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's big, but it's not. Half of it's inside and half of it's outside, and that is by design. We wanted to have our traditional floor plan of vendors on the inside, where you could, have like a booth style where it's super nice, and then outside is more of a larger event venue where you have trailers and it might be a little bit louder and lots of
It will definitely be a little bit louder out there.
yeah, a lot of really cool cars. We love lots of cars at our show. I think that's what it's all about, is seeing cool cars, cool vehicles. Let's just kind of not categorize it as just
Yeah.
demo cars. It's all kinds of vehicles, from power sports, motorcycles, boats, demo cars, trucks, all every style. Side, and you can kind of see the layout there. Lunchroom right there, connected to the show floor. So
Yeah, in the top left there. Yep.
yep,
Very
yeah.
cool.
So it's a lot of fun.
So overall, campus-wise, the building that we were just looking at in this previous slide right here. So this is categorized as Building C. So you guys can see that at the bottom there in the red outline. So obviously the campus, there's quite a bit more going on there. Can you give some insight into where the training classes are and what the conference theater is?
Yeah, so we've had the conference. The Building C has been something we've had for year 1 and year 2, and also Building B. What's new is the Delta training rooms, and so this is almost double the size of our existing training, and it gives us, almost, well, there's 7 different rooms of training, and they're beautiful rooms. It's a big Marriott property that's connected to the hotel. So, Mark, with the hotel and this new training venue, it's almost a city block. It's
Yeah.
massive. But
Yeah.
what's cool is they're all connected buildings. It's very close. You keep on campus. Not as much walking as last year. For those of you guys who attended, we're not doing the other Building A that was a little bit farther away. We've made it more streamlined, and I think everybody's going to be much happier with the new format for this year or for
Got,
next year.
Gotcha. Oh, so if I heard that right, the Delta training rooms, they're part of the Delta hotel.
Yep.
Are
Yes,
they
they're
are they like on the bottom floor or a floor up or
it's its own separate building. It's a whole
Oh,
conference. It's a conference center connected to the hotel. So it's its
okay.
own building and it's massive. It's pretty big size. So
Gotcha.
we
Okay.
were happy to take over that space for next year.
Yeah. No, it's great to, the show is obviously growing year after year, so hopefully we never run out of space, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we kind of touched on this. I think we
Yeah.
can
Yeah. There's a visual of some of the food layout, the spread, if you will,
yeah.
and oh, there you are
Yeah, just hanging out with the
talking with
boys.
Gary
Yeah.
and
There's
Matt.
Matt. Yeah.
I don't know who else is at the table there, but
Yeah.
yeah, good stuff.
That.
Nice. All
Uh,
right.
Oop, wrong way. There we go. So this is new. The
So this is
Arizona
that.
Ballroom.
Yeah. So this is that huge ballroom where we're gonna have the networking party, a ton of fun, and like I said, this will be that first night on Sunday, so you can see the ice sculpture and just a great time. Like we'll have 80s band and stuff like that. One thing I didn't mention, every single table on that in this room will have a
Oh, stand by. He'll. We have a little bit of a lag going on. I'm sure he'll. All right, you there?
yep, okay,
All right, sorry. So the last thing we heard is on each table we'll have.
a drawing pad, and
Okay.
you can be able to draw. We'll have markers or pens, and you can draw on here. Probably a door panel silhouette. You can draw your own version of it, and then put your name on it, and we'll hang it up in the hallway. And we encourage everybody to do it. I don't care if it looks like chicken scratch, but what's going to happen with this is Chip Foose is going to pick one of these door panel drawings, and he's going to take that and actually draw the entire car based off of that one drawing.
Oh
So
wow,
you could be that lucky person that he picks, and he'll draw your dream car for you
that's
online
so
on the
cool.
stage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does so you said it's gonna be in a hallway. What hallway? Like
So if you go back a couple slides, maybe you can see it. It's on the right there. You can't really see it. Go back to
okay.
the original slide. Right there on the right hand side where it connects one building to the next. There's a long hallway there, and there's a lot of room in the hallway, and we're gonna hang them up in that hallway.
I know
So
the hallway you're talking about. It's like the hallway where there's just windows on each side.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly. That'll be cool. I know
Yep.
exactly what you're talking
So
about.
we're gonna hang everyone's picture up, and you might be the lucky one. But the idea, guys, is when we go to a bar, we're sitting there chatting it up, and you get a napkin out, and you're like, oh, check this out, and you start drawing on a napkin. Well, let's just make it more formal. Let's give you the drawing tools and a big piece of paper to just go nuts with and draw and have fun and chat it up with your fellow mates. So it should be a good time.
Nice. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Anything else on this slide or?
No, I mean,
My question is there going to be a themed ice sculpture?
it's gonna say MasterTech something where I personally wanted to CNC this thing, but everybody told me I couldn't because it'll just melt. So we have to hire some. I know it's not going to be symmetrical. It's going to drive me crazy.
I just want a big router bit.
I know, but if we could put our CNC machine in an ice box and then do it, I think it'd be fine. But I don't know. Maybe I might try it. I don't know. We'll put a tarp down or something. And
The ice sculptor guy might get mad at you. You're just taking his job.
we need a big walk-in closet to put it in after we're done. A freezer.
Yeah.
So, you never know. We might just do it.
Yeah. All right. We talked about the build off. Anything to add here?
We got Tyler and TJ and Justin Marks. They
Yeah,
were the
they were-
winners of last year. They were the blue team, you can see. And they're going to defend their title. Everybody else is brand new on the whole, all the competitions. It's all new faces, all new
nice.
teams. So these guys you got to knock them off the block. If you're defending the title, you got to defend it. But I know there's some hungry guys out there and a lot of talented builders and fabricators that are out there. So, this will be interesting to see who keeps the title.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have some ideas for what the like target goal will be this year. Like, so the first year it was kind of like a trunk layout, whether it was the center panel or one of the side panels, and then this last year it was more of like an amplifier rack kind of beauty panel. So it'll be interesting to see what you're coming up with for this year. But I'm sure we'll be able to talk about that in a future preview episode before the actual event too. So.
Yes, it's coming soon. We do have it all planned. I can't divulge just yet.
Anything to add on clean wire?
Oh man, look at Pierce.
Yeah.
That is like the champion. You'd have thought he won a gold medal at the Olympics there. So
he was so stoked.
He was so proud.
It was awesome. He did a really good job.
So he is going to defend his title against 7 new challengers.
Nice.
So Pierce is the only one. You got 8 people, 4 each day, and we'll see what happens there. And I expect this category to really excel. I mean, I couldn't believe some of it was literally artwork. Didn't you think some of the way they crafted the wires and laser cut channels and things that were elevated multiple layers? It was I mean, I've never even thought of stuff like that for wiring. So
yeah, guys had like engineered connection solutions all planned out, and it's cool. So definitely go back, and I think a lot of those pictures are online, so you can always go through the Facebook page or the different profiles and look for some of those from the past. Maybe we should have a live event where we just talk about some of that stuff from last year, because we have so many pictures and whatnot. I don't think we ever really did that. We should do that.
Yeah, we should go down memory lane for sure.
Yeah.
So that'd be a good time. So the light off challenge, we'd love to see more people enter this. All you have to do is show up with a panel that lights up. It's got to be on 12 volts. And you guys that have been through class this year, I know there's a lot of people listening right now. You're welcome to bring that panel. I would wish if you could tweak it a little bit and change it. But every single class that we've taught for the last year and a half has had some type of lighting element to it. It is very cool, and I love this category of light fabrication. They go hand in hand. So please bring it to the show and plug it in, and we'll have a QR code for you. There is prize money. It is absolutely worth it. There's no limit to the entries, so show up. We'd love to see it.
And shout out to Justin Cush for winning last year.
Yeah.
You can see his panel. It's the one in the middle there, the door panel that has kind of the lighter color on the top and bottom with the black going through.
Yeah.
Again, we'll have to. I know we have a ton of like really good pictures of all this stuff. Maybe we should just look at those pictures in a future one of these live events.
For sure. Okay, so here's the hotel. You can try to call the room block. So I hear it might be full. There might be some spots left. So don't wait on this. Like Mark said, there is partnering hotels. Some guys even like to do an Airbnb, or they'll share an Airbnb with other fellow colleagues. I have a lot of stores bringing their whole staff. Instead of 1 or 2 guys, I have a lot of guys saying, hey, we're bringing 4 or 5 people, and we're just getting an Airbnb and making it a team building event. So, there's a lot of creative ways to do it, but, it is a beautiful time of year. That's why it is a little bit more money than normal. The weather is pristine. That's why we have the Open here and Barrett Jackson and sometimes the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's not next year, but so it's prime time. The weather is probably better than anywhere in the country at that time of the year for Phoenix. So that's why we choose this time of year. Yeah.
The parking situation is great too. I'll say, by the way, the parking lot next to the venue is like so big that it's so easy to just come over there and park and walk on in. So
yep, there's never an issue with parking for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so register to attend. We'd love for you guys to sign up. There is some incentive. We are maintaining that lower early bird price, and you do get a cool piece of swag if you sign up tonight. It is a collector's apron, fab apron. It's the year 1 logo with the router bits on there. So if you guys sign up tonight, man, we will ship this out to you tomorrow. And we'd love for you guys to attend. Pick your classes and sign up. and
Yeah.
get that free apron.
Let me see if I can add our little graphic real quick there.
Yeah,
So
we
there you
did
go.
this there's our SEMA special. We're going to just continue that because that was just a few days ago. That's my daughter. Don't get any ideas. We got lots of shotguns at our house.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's who you talk to on the phone. So Courtney is awesome. She can help you guys, and we have a fantastic team here to help you. So
Nice. So yeah, so if they sign up now, free MasterTech Expo apron and early bird pricing is still going on, correct?
yep,
Okay,
100%.
good. All right, let's bring this back in here. So the kind of last thing we need to talk about here, I believe, is there's a lot more changes and new things going on with the education tracks.
Yeah, so there's a few different things here I want to kind of point out is we have kind of our essential tech or a boot camp, and then a high fidelity, and we have it in an audio section, a fab section, and you can kind of scroll through some of this, uh, a CAD section, and our business class, and there's actually one that's not showing, and that is an interior design class. So there's 9 selections here for 2024.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, and here's the pre-classes. This is what we were talking about, and here they are specifically. So the clean wire techniques, that is like Dean and Fernando, for example, they're going to be teaching that class. It's a phenomenal class. We've had them do it here a few times in the Orca trainings and other classes. They do a really good job. Radar, laser speed and defense. This is the custom CI laser. So Brady from Escort and the boys from MSC do a lot of custom radar. Maybe even Tom from Musicar. They're going to talk about their strategy on doing custom laser, radar, and just mounting the stuff and integrating it. The introduction to router tables. Ada and Andrew Evans are going to do this class together. We're really excited. They are pumped. They're excited for that. It's going to be amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, the hot rod wiring is going to be cool. I mean, not all these are kind of in the mix here. That will be with Gary Springay. Advanced Metal and Fab is going to be with Levi Green, and the last one will be with Wayne Harris, and he's going to talk about his software and box design. So pretty
Nice.
solid run through on that.
Yeah, you know what I like about this kind of, so these are on the Sunday, so this is like before the welcome dinner event, and what I like about this is it kind of starts to get you like geared up for the next 2 days ahead, like ready to start learning and enjoying all these lessons. But also, if you are new, like one that stands out to me, like if you're new to fabrication, if you're completely green, I would imagine going to something like the introduction to router tables would be a great primer before you get into some of the more advanced lessons that you can expect in the next 2 days. So
Oh yeah, 100%.
that's
So
awesome. Cool.
so this is a really cool breakdown, and some of it is changing a little bit, but for the most part, the classes are pretty much locked in. And we call it a boot camp instead of essential. There's just some of the naming has changed just a bit because it is evolving, and we want to make the alignment as close as we can. So this first track is more for a mid. I'm not going to say basic. I'm going to say a mid-level technician. We're going to teach best install practices, everything from taking the car apart, filling out a work order, how to organize your bolts and clips, to sound deadening, adapter plates, and just kind of soldering and heat shrink. All that stuff is going to be really good. The Electronics 101 is going to be taught by the guys from First Tech. They have a phenomenal class on DC electronics and voltage and relays and continuity, how to use a meter. I think it's really good fundamental stuff. Everybody should go to this class. I guarantee you're going to learn something. And then it goes into audio integration. This is going to be Ken Ward. He's going to teach on kind of brand gnostic, so it's not really specific to one brand, but just a great way to tune and integrate, more integration, and give you a lot of options of that. And then the last session, will be with Andy Waymeyer on acoustics and tuning. So,
Nice.
the idea is you fully immerse yourself in all these topics all the way through the class. So it should be good.
Awesome.
Uh,
Love it.
uh, yeah, and so the boot camp. I think we have a different slide here that maybe walks us through a little bit differently. Uh,
Uh,
Let me see if we can skim ahead just a little bit. But same thing, a fab boot camp. There you go. I wish it was bigger. Yeah, that's tiny, huh?
yeah.
But if you look on the website, you can go back. You can back up there to the green one,
Oh, hold on, sorry.
to that fab boot camp, and right there. Yeah. So this is a great representation of just kind of not, I'm going to say mid-level fabrication. A lot of the stuff, panel fab stuff, building a sub box, the theory, the math behind it, some really cool upholstery techniques. No sewing in this class, but just solid stuff. Building a box, building a trim panel, meat and potatoes, and then maybe some of the installation of the components. That's going to be focused in that class. And who's teaching this class? We've got TJ and Junior,
Yep.
even myself, and I think Gary Springay are teaching this. I'm trying to give you guys some names
Yeah.
with this as well.
Also,
The,
Anthony Medina and Wesley Cato.
yeah, the advanced fab is going to have Justin Cush and Phil Cato, or Phil Cantoon, sorry. Phil Cato comes later in the show. Uh, and a few others.
Do you want me to
So
tell
yeah,
you? I
yes,
don't know if you're trying to keep them secret or not. So yeah, also Chris Pate and Levi Green.
that's right. Chris
Yep.
Pate is in there, and then Levi. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's Chris's whole crew, the MTI crew on this one. That will be an amazing class. The advanced fab, probably one of the most important. I don't know, let's say important, popular classes that we'll have right there. That one will sell out 100%. Is
Yeah.
that
From
fab class?
from our slide early in the presentation, that was the top one, right? The green track. That was the
Uh huh.
most popular. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if this interests you, sign up now and get your apron. Make sure you're signed up before it gets sold out.
Yeah.
All right. This is also another. This is one of my favorite categories, but the master design category, digital design.
Yeah, so we have streamlined this into two different sections. Each one of these is a full day. So you could have your whole, you could come to the show and just live right here in all of the blue category. But again, mid-level, it's not basic, but we're going to teach you if you don't know anything about CAD, we're going to teach you circles and squares and start off, and then it progresses. All 2D, pretty much 2D, a little tiny bit of 3D on the first day, and it's how to draw, how to use the components, how to use layers, how to use a laser machine, all the facets with that. So you could go from zero to laser cutting by the end of the day is the idea. The master design class is definitely more complicated. It's going to get into design, ideation, concept, and who's teaching the first day?
So you've got Lee, Matt, and Sage.
Yeah, so Lee Teeples and Matt Schaefer and Sage, we're all are teaching this class, and we're also going to focus on different software as well. So Aspire, Corel Draw, and even Lightburn, and the pros and cons, like what works best. A lot of it, the foundation will be in Aspire on this. Day 2 will be definitely Fusion. So, Tom's going to be in the Fusion class. Give me the rundown for Day 2.
Yeah, sure. Tom Miller, of course. Charles Brazil, Peel 3D as well, and
Yep,
Big Rep.
yep. And then,
That's obviously that third slot with the software and 3D printing,
yep,
and then Cody Smith from CamMaster and Alan
yeah,
Lindgren.
yep. So, pretty solid lineup
Yeah,
there. But,
a
you
bunch of
can see,
experts in each field. That's for sure.
oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot to digest and unpack on this one. It basically is going to walk you through. The first session is just to immerse you into Fusion, and I'm going to say if you don't have a good understanding of Fusion, it's probably not the best alignment with your skill set because it's going to be more advanced. So we're going to get into scanning
Oh, hey Brian, if you can hear us, you're frozen. So I'm sure he'll come back. There he is. He's back. All right.
All
So
right.
last thing you were talking about scanning.
Yep, Pill 3D will be there, and they'll scan. We'll do a live tweeter pod. Cool stuff like everybody will actually get the drawing of the part that we scan, and then we'll go through the whole process on how to clean it up and do a print live. And
Cool.
then the last part will be actually CNC parts that are on, that are three-dimensional, and Cody will walk us through that on his machine. So,
Awesome.
uh, yeah, it's a full 3D. It's awesome. It's definitely a more deep dive and application based than year two. So we hope that this alignment with the digital side.
You there?
I am.
All right. You said we hope with this alignment with the digital side.
Yeah, it'll be a better fit for people's skill set.
Yeah, I mean for sure. We're seeing so many people make investments into CNC production equipment to enhance what they're able to do. It's definitely going to be a good popular track for people, learning how to further those skills. And that brings us to the next track, which is the business and sales track.
Yes. Yep. So this track is designed for all of our business owners. And what's cool about this class, all these tracks have a manager that kind of manages the content because we want it to be cohesive. Everything flows together. We've got some really amazing presenters in all of these tracks. From Larry Penn is bringing probably a brand manager from Porsche, Mike Cofield who owns multiple stores, John Schwartz and John Covenants. There's a lot of people that are contributing to the business class, so that will be fantastic. The sales side is equally as important, but it just walks people through luxury marketing, how to attract that higher end customer, system design, real world sales. Nick from Music Car is going to be teaching kind of his process and others. So it will be fantastic for the business and sales side. I strongly encourage the entire shop to come, and this is a home for you guys. So it's definitely geared towards our industry and a way to attract those type of customers and then manage the labor, the dollars behind it.
Awesome. That's going to be a great resource for a lot of people. I'm happy to see that's there. All right.
Yeah, and so there is one missing, and that's the interior design section, and it's just for trimmers and automotive builders that want to do more hot rod style. Jeremy Carlson and team. Uh,
It's
yeah,
the purple track
it's
on
the
here.
purple one.
Yeah.
We've got Phil Cato is going to from Bitch and Stitchin', and Anthony Medina and Rogelio, and just some really top level guys teaching that class as well. I think it's pretty phenomenal. The high fidelity sound, that's the second one from the top, the red one. I kind of skimmed over that one. That one has changed a little bit. We've got some amazing people coming for that. I can't say what's happening with that. I know two people for sure. Mark Eldridge is teaching part of this. Andy Waymeyer is teaching another part. And the first two sessions are a surprise. And let me tell you guys, this one is only taught on one day and will sell out. It will be one of those classes that is just one that goes down in the books is legendary. It will be off the charts, amazing. So
Nice.
just hang tight on that one. So yeah, a few of these are gonna.
Oh, we lost you. Give it a second here.
Yeah, every year we go through this. On some of them sell out, some of them, sell out faster than others. So please don't wait. If you want that class, it's open selection.
Give it a second here.
All
You there?
right.
All right,
Yep.
you're back. You're back. You're back.
Okay. You tell us about Chip Foose.
All right. So this is the last day, the second to last day.
Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah, Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday after lunch is keynote speaker once again, Mr. Chip Foose. He's going to be, like we talked about earlier in the episode, he's going to be doing a live drawing class for everyone, where we all have our own pad of paper, and we're going to be drawing and learning, 2-point perspective and all the different all the different knowledge there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Ideation
Yep.
and what that is his design style and how he tries to format. And he went to Pasadena Design School and graduated top of the class. And I mean, he's obviously known for his design,
Yeah.
and the way Chip does it makes it look so easy. And what I asked him is like, help us become better designers and articulate what's up here onto paper, and then from paper we can digitize it or whatever. But I think that's the biggest thing. So it is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity, just like it says on the print there. Don't miss this.
Yeah.
It will be a phenomenal. It'll be in that big ballroom, same place where we had the big banquet the first night, and it'll be in there. We'll actually have his drafting table from his shop on the stage with cameras. It's
Oh,
gonna be
wow.
legit. It'll be legit.
That's
So
cool.
don't miss out on this one.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I noticed last year that was just really cool is you can see in that picture there on the bottom of him holding that drawing. So he drew that in front of us of the Impala there while you guys were telling the story of when you worked on that vehicle. And he's sitting there talking with you guys and just drawing away, just having like a casual conversation. It was so cool. So he really does make it look super effortless. So it's going to be awesome to learn like step by step exactly kind of the mindset that he has as he's going through designing a vehicle and watching that live and following along. It's going to be cool.
And the guys that have seen him and met him, he's a first class person. He's so polished, and the way he just speaks and talks to everybody, he treats everybody the same. And here's a guy that's super famous, and he is so approachable and will tell you anything that you ask him. So we're lucky to have him. He'll basically be there all of Tuesday, walking around and checking out stuff. He said he wants to actually attend some of our
Yeah.
classes, so
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Who knows who might be sitting next to you
Yeah,
in class,
you might
right?
be sitting right next to Chip. You never know.
That's awesome.
So good
Cool.
stuff.
Nice. Well, that's actually our last slide.
All
for
right.
this. Is there anything you wanted to go back to, or?
No, I mean, hey, we just wanted to give everybody some great insight on what's happening with the show. It's coming up.
Oh, technical difficulty. Okay. All right, you're back. You're back.
All right. Yeah, second week of November, and we're already here, so it's coming quick. So don't wait. That's our message.
Yeah, for sure. And don't forget, you can get your apron if you sign up tonight. Sign up tonight. Well, cool, Brian. Well,
All right.
thanks for having another showcasing of what we can expect here coming up for year 3 of the MasterTech Expo. I think we've got some cool ideas that we've come up with for some future episodes of this live MasterTech Expo preview show that we can go through. So everyone out there watching, thank you guys for joining in and tuning in, and we hope to see you again soon. Anything else?
That's it. Hey, thank you guys. We'll talk to you soon, and more to come.